Aries, happy eclipse. Happy new moon in Libra in your opposition sign. Today we're doing the new moon reading for Aries rising, but my readings can always be watched by Aries sun as well as an Aries moon to get the vibrations. But the grid that we have back here is for Aries rising. And as the title of the video states, we're talking about soul fam. And please definitely, I would recommend watching the introductory video for this eclipse. It's just, yes, normally on new moons, we're like manifesting. This is in your 7th house of relationships. So normally I'd be like, let's talk about, your future partner. Let's talk about all these things. Like, what type of a partner do you want? All of that stuff. But this is more soul fam. This is soul fam. This isn't just manifesting any basic anybody. This is like I had said in the introductory video, why did your soul come here? What are the qualities that soul fam has? Like, what are our values? Jupiter is retrograde in your house of money. Uranus is retrograde in your house of money. We still have our heavy hitters, Neptune as well as Saturn and Pisces retrograde. Pluto's direct. Pluto went direct. So it's, when we're in eclipse portals, this is bigger than us. And if you're normally here with me, I use the term God brazenly. So if that's a little bit triggering for your human avatar, use the universe, use, Mother Gaia, God, Goddess, all there is, whomever. But you told God, your soul told God that I would come down and do a job on this planet. Why do you think that your soul came here? But also, you're not meant to do anything alone. So yes, having a divine partner is one thing. Yes, having proper team is one thing. But like a soul family comes to do a job. And this isn't about work. We know I'm staying in my feminine. I'm never going to tell you how to boss bitch again. I'm trying to help you come out of corporate. I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to help you unpack those traumas and those father and mother issues over there. So I'm not talking about boss bitching. I'm not talking about any of that. Like, if you feel as though there is an Everest in front of you and it's monumental, you're right on time, Aries. All's well in the world. But truly, if we know when it comes, let's just go full leadership and personal growth and development. We know that we are the amalgamation of the 5 closest people to us. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. We also know that on like a very human level, our nervous systems are scientifically affected by the nervous systems of the beings around us. So although maybe there's someone in your life that you're like, they've got to be there. They've got to be there. I know them through and through. They definitely, they are my person, my people, my team, my VIP. Like, I get them. But then when you're around them, it's like, oh my God, okay. So like I was just having this happen and this happened and this happened, then my car broke down and then this happened and then this happened and oh my God, and then this was going on and this was going on. There's chaos constantly around me. It's like, that is affecting your nervous system. That's affecting the way that you physically act in this world. So although maybe they're lovely and wonderful and delicious, you got to acknowledge they're 8 out of 10. They're 8 out of 10. Mars just went into, there's a lot of fear that's being pushed onto the planet right now, Aries. And with the North Node in your sign over here and Chiron retrograde in your sign, it feels as though, why am I constantly the smartest person in the room? Why is my brain constantly working faster than everyone else's around me? Why have I already recognized that they have absolutely no fucking clue what they're doing, but they're my superior. And I was just like, I know that I have to climb this little ladder and do all of these different things. I don't say deal with your mother and father issues as a joke. I say acknowledge the fact that your parents will love anything that you do in this world. They just want you to be happy. They just want you to be safe. But if you don't acknowledge the fact that maybe you're trying to get a title to make them proud, just saying, soul family and chosen family and birth family are all wildly different things. So you might be the only one in your family that's creative. You might be the only one in your family that's awakened. You might be the only one that's like, there's this really incredible astrologer. I'll highlight his name is Evan Nathaniel Grimm. And he does really beautiful astrology. He's like corporate bro that came out of corporate that's just like, he shoots you between the eyes with the proper information. And honest to goodness, where are we complacent? This is something that he was speaking of, and this was not my full message, so I have to highlight that he was the one that gave this to me. Where are we complacent? Where in our life are we like, I know how they're gonna act, I get them, like we were talking about before, who are these people? Acknowledge and love them and start to recognize that like you can't be on a spiritual path and keep someone on your shoulder because it prevents them from doing their spiritual work. We have to face our fears alone, and that's scary as fuck. I'm an Aries sun, so I have to go back and watch this. So you are not alone in this, okay? You are not alone. These are trauma bonds. These are karmic debts that we've cleared, that we still have that knowingness to us. It's like, I know you from another time and space. You do. You've had infinite past lives with these people, but there's a reason you had to reincarnate again. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like maybe that relationship, when it's like this, creates new karma. Maybe we have to have a relationship that's like this, that's like, I love you, but I love you from a distance. That's okie dokie. But just be cognizant of the fact that although this is happening in your descendant side, your house of relationships, there's something to the descendant sign that's really important, which is what we look for in others, Aries, this balanced type of beautiful being. We could actually really benefit from like invoking some of that in our own lives, in our own avatars and beings. So where have you given your power away in your relationships? My guides are talking. Mars is in your house of shared possessions, deep transformation, death, and rebirth. So I know that inflation is real. Shit's expensive right now. Apartments are expensive. I get it. And a lot of people are still living with the person that maybe they really dislike, and they don't want to be with them anymore, but they have the apartment and they got to live there, and they got the house and they have to live there. So I get it. So go above, list out your values that you need in your VIP people, listen to your dreams. The South Node is involved here. I have a whole video on Mars in the South Node in Libra. Definitely take a look at that video. Definitely go back and watch the October video, like the October just introductory video in and of itself. I have as many resources as I can possibly offer for you, where I talk about like nothing's slowing down, buckle up, kid. It's just that the people that are in your life, those 5 closest people to us, these are your war buddies. Without question. So ask yourself, I'll leave you with this. If you wouldn't trade places with someone that's giving you advice, why are you asking them for advice? Or taking their critique in any capacity? It's very easy for us to listen to the people around us because we always think that they have our best interests in mind. But when it comes to growth and when it comes to being authentic and unpacking your traumas and being on this path, it's there. Sometimes people unconsciously don't want you to change because they like you as you're their buddy. You're the buddy. Well, you go over to parties and you have a good time and you have a few beers and you talk about the good old days and shit. But then when you start being like, hey, how are you doing with like not drinking tap water anymore? And I'm really removing like seed oils from my diet and it's been advantageous. I'm seeing a whole big difference. And there's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So it gets lonely as fuck. Gets lonely as fuck when you're in, like, after you really do this inner work. So recognize, I just don't want you to stay small, Aries, to make the people around you feel more comfortable. I really don't. I believe in you. I see you and I honor you, Aries. And I don't want you to in any way diminish yourself, because you're growing and you see it, and your mind, like the head is Aries run, is so quick, so quick. I don't even want any of these readings to be this long, so I apologize in advance. This is a longer one than I had expected for today, Aries, but it seems necessary. Like, I believe in you. I love you so very much, and I'm here if you need anything at all. We're going to be having the full moon eclipse that's going to be happening in your house of money. Like I've always said, I know I've said I'm going to leave you with this, but there's just like, if I gave you $1 billion right now, would you call those 5 people in your life and not expect them to be like, fuck yeah, thank you, yeah, honey, because right now in Northwoods and Yasan, you shine like a minor league baseball player. So if you just get that little hanger-oner vibe, then recognize it. Recognize that you have been a participant in it and have let this happen this entire time. And you don't even have to say anything. You don't have to soapbox it. You just have to acknowledge within this eclipse time, these are my values and my soul fam matches these values. It'll just fall away. I love you, honey.